everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm Terry, and welcome back. If you have been with me, and if you're new, well, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have each and every one of you here in whatever capacity or reason you're here to join me. A little about myself, and my past does not define me, but I always like to tell people where I've been, what I've been through, and how it's made me a much better person and is helping me on my journey. So, in my past, I have been an inmate prisoner in the California system. I don't know about other states, but I do know about the state that I'm in. And I feel that this qualifies me to talk about some of the things that I do talk about on my vlogs. And today, I'm coming at you with another exciting vlog. This one is titled by me, The Story of Three Women. This is the true story and present circumstances of a very infamous inmate, Leslie Van Houten. So this is the story of Leslie Van Houten, Sharon Tate, and Deborah Tate. In this true story, Deborah Tate plays herself. And what is she playing? A trespasser. And with that, I'd like to say specifically that my vlogs are strictly my opinion and for entertainment and information purposes. And I hope to help a lot of others, whether it's through just having information, but especially inspiration and motivation. And lastly, but very most importantly, and that's why I save it for last, I am an animal advocate, activist, and rescuer. The utmost passion in my life is animals, dogs, cats, and other animals. And with that, I have some notes here on today's vlog just to get my thoughts together. So I described Deborah Tate as a trespasser. In my opinion, she's a trespasser. And this is due to the parole hearings with and for Leslie Van Houten. Leslie Van Houten has been going to the BPT several times over many years. And for those of you who are not familiar, BPT is Board of Prison Terms, and specifically in this state, the state of California. Leslie, I have known her personally. I have spoken with her, and it was never a one instance, one day thing. I knew her over a period of time when I was incarcerated in CIW in Chino, California. And because I've personally known her, I know that she is a very good person, and there are extremely few of those in this world. Yes, she was present during and committed a crime when she was about 18 years old. She is just about in her 80s now. That's more than a significant amount of time to realize the mistakes that you've made in your life and to become a better person as a result. Here's the thing though, not all people, um, you know, improve through the benefit of time. So, it is an accomplishment. Listen, when you were 18, when I was 18, I'm sure probably most of us, if not all of us, have done things that we regret just in our past. I obviously I have. And here's the thing. Leslie Van Houten has constantly been rejected parole. She's been granted parole by the BPT, happened several years ago, finally. And every time that she's attended and gone before the Board of Prison Terms, she's been granted parole, only to have it shot down, no pun intended, by the governor. And this has been over the period of 2 governors. So currently it's Governor Newsome. I will say this, his burden for rejecting, parole release is very low. However, that does not absolve him of rejecting someone's parole when it's unjustified. And I feel, in my opinion, it's been unjustified, and it is unjustified. Leslie Van Houten, in my opinion, is a prisoner of public opinion, although she does also have a lot of supporters. She's a prisoner of politics as well. And that's not good because her crime does not justify her staying in prison as long as she has. Now, her partners, such as Susan Atkins, who is just evil to the core, and I had spoken with her a couple times, and that was enough to know what kind of a person she was. She didn't improve through the benefit of time. She only became more set in how she was, which was, the way I saw it, not a good person. Leslie is a completely different story. Um, why should she stay in prison? Well, Deborah Tate has her opinion, and she's been more than happy to tell everybody. But here's the thing: Deborah Tate, the late Sharon Tate's sister, uh, knows, as I do, and as do so many other people, that Leslie Van Houten had nothing to do with the unfortunate murder and death of her beautiful sister, Sharon Tate. Leslie was not there when those murders took place. She was present the next day during different murders of the La Biancas that were also ordered by the, if you want to call him a mastermind, Charles Manson. Um, but that doesn't stop Deborah Tate from attending each and every one of Leslie's parole hearings to put in her 1 cent worth and make sure that she doesn't get paroled in the end. Because she's, regardless of Deborah Tate's appearance at each BPT hearing, from the time that Leslie had been finally granted parole by BPT, she was still again and again granted parole. The thing is that Deborah Tate also has a big influence, and she doesn't want Leslie released. I feel it's unjustified for that because although Deborah Tate, is a victim in the crimes of Charles Manson because her beautiful and very promising sister was murdered, I don't feel like she has a right. She's entitled to what she thinks and what she feels, but I don't think she has a right to wield so much influence that Leslie just doesn't get released. And I feel that part of the reason that 2 governors, this is over the term of 2 different governors, have rejected her release, in their final sayings. And of course, Leslie's attorney, who's been steadfast in her defense throughout the years, is going to take this to a higher level, as I'm glad that he is, because I don't feel, and a lot of other people, she has supporters, um, don't feel that she is a danger to society. But does Leslie feel that she's a danger to society? And we don't go strictly by what, you know, an inmate, a defendant feels or says. But here's the thing, I don't think she is. A lot of other people don't think she is, and they've observed her personally and they know. First of all, she's so old, but that's really not the first reason. I would say I really feel that she has been rehabilitated. She's not only been a model prisoner, because that doesn't always say something about someone. So I'm going to take it further and say that being a model prisoner does not always reveal the true character of an inmate and a person. Because you can be a model prisoner and still be a bad person. But she has been a model prisoner, but she's also a good person, like a genuinely good person. She has helped so many other inmates to not only parole, but parole successfully and not re-offend. Okay. And some do re-offend, some are reincarcerated. I was reincarcerated, for new arrest even after I was released previously. We all have our issues. Yeah, I have issues. I'm still working on them, but I'm a better person as a result of, my adversities, what I've done, what's been done to me, and how I have personally done the work to learn and become a better person. And I'm still on that journey. Okay. But the thing is that Leslie Van Houten deserves to be released. Um, I will stress this. It's unfortunate what was done to Sharon Tate and the other victims. As for Sharon Tate, if you don't know, if you're not very familiar, she was an actress, pregnant, a mother to be. She was a contributor to society, a positive contributor. She had a very promising life ahead of her. She was beautiful, okay? She was talented. And she was pregnant. Charles Manson, Susan Atkins, the others were baby killers. I mean, they murdered a beautiful, talented, promising young woman in the prime of her life, um, who was also pregnant with a healthy baby boy who also had every right and every reason to be born and to live. But that was a fully formed baby. That was a human life that they took intentionally. Okay. And it's so, so unfortunate what happened to her. And I can feel for her sister. Okay. Empathy, sympathy, all of that. But the thing is that her sister doesn't want Leslie released because she feels that Leslie is somehow uh, connected to the murder of her sister, which I feel she isn't. In fact, it's questionable, and maybe this is because I haven't done a full in-depth research, but some would say that Leslie actually did not commit murder. They say that she stabbed Mrs. LaBianca after she had already been murdered by one of the other members of the Manson gang the night of the murders that they were there. Um, Regardless, she was involved in a major crime. But on the other hand, and most things have a flip side, you have to consider how many years she's been incarcerated, what she's lost and what she's gained. She's lost her youth, she's lost her life. Okay, that's in its place because of what she was involved in. But what has she gained? She's gained positively, and she's contributed positively as well. And I hope that she's released. I feel like she could do even more good in society because just like she's contributed in prison to so many other inmates who have successfully paroled, she can contribute even more as a free citizen in society. Of course, she's going to have so many people who are ready and willing to help her transition as far as housing goes. I'm sure as far as financial support. But in and of herself, I feel like she would contribute to society a lot better than she would contribute locked up. But even if she does remain locked up, I I think that she's going to go on being a positive influence as as long as she can, given her age. She's an elderly woman now. She's aged considerably. Um, so there are online resources if you do support her, of course. You can find those resources to go and contribute a testimony or an opinion. And there are so many other people who have for her release and against her future release. Thank you so much for being here. And I would love, as always, to uh, read any comments that you have, any questions, any suggestions. Keep it positive, and I will see you back very soon. Happy Vlogmas, and I'm going to call these my Dogmas because I dedicate each and every good thing to animals, um, to dogs specifically, but to all animals. And this is my Vlogmas Day 3, so I will call it and dedicate it to dogs, Dogmas Day 3. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. There are a lot less pet stores, but there are still a lot, and even one in the world is far too many. Please remember and keep in mind to always be kind to animals. I feel that animals contribute so much more good than even humans ever can. Um, they give us unconditional love, and we should give them everything good. Thank you so much, and see you soon. Bye.